Hi, welcome to Crook County Foundation's What's Brewing Online. My name is Brandy Ebner, the Executive Director of the Foundation, and I'm joined today with the Crook County Library's Buzzy Nelson. I appreciate you being on. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys have done such a great job with the library during this whole pandemic. Obviously, social distancing prevented the library from remaining open, even though you really do provide an essential service for many, especially those stuck at home and are looking for ways to just keep entertained, keep their learning going and such. So tell me, how has the library been able to adapt without having folks be able to come in the doors?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I'll just say we do miss people coming in the doors. Obviously it's important for people and our staff to stay safe, but we have adapted in a lot of ways. One way actually didn't require much adaptation, which is we have a lot of electronic resources that people can access. We are actually one of the most, for a library of our size in Oregon, we actually have one of the most actively used ebook collections in the state. So we have a service called Overdrive. We get it through the Deschutes County Library. And they basically, people can connect to ebooks and online audiobooks through their tablet, through their smartphone, through a laptop. And that was already pretty heavily used. So to give you an idea, last year it accounted for about 20% of our checkouts were just on Overdrive alone. It was about 35,000 checkouts were on Overdrive, so it was quite a bit. And so obviously we've been heavily promoting that because it's something you can do from home. You just need the library card. We are still letting people get library cards online too. So that's one of our big things. We also have a bunch of other electronic resources that as well that I can talk about a little bit later. But other things that we've adapted trying to do. So we're really in the information sharing business. So if you go on our Facebook page or our website, we've really tried to step up the information that we are sharing. So we're boosting information from the health department, from other community organizations, from other county departments, kind of letting people know what's going on. And one of the other things we are experimenting with now is we are trying to do more online programming. So we have a regular story time again, even though we're closed. So we have a story time that's every Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. and that's on Facebook Live. Our children's librarian, Jennifer Fisher, does that from home. So we're trying to offer some level of service still. It's that, as with all the other organizations and businesses in town, we're kind of feeling things out. But it seems I think we're adapting pretty well. And we've been able to get great ideas from other libraries in the state too.
So I have to give a shout out to whoever does your Facebook page because they're amazing. They're hilarious and informative, and you have just such a great staff down there who just keeps everything so fresh and up to date. I think.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's our assistant director, Jane Shepke. She does our communications, so she does the website and Facebook page. We're going to be trying to do an e-newsletter soon too, and that's all her work. So I'll pass that on.
So how is Friends of the Library doing? I know they have their bookstore and their sales throughout the year. Has this really affected them, obviously?
It has. So the Friends of the Library have chosen to discontinue most of the things that they're doing. So they do have their primary income is through sale of books, and there are a few different ways that happens. One is we sell books within the library when we're open. So obviously when we're not open, there's nothing to sell. They also have their bookstore for children in the library. But they also decided to not do their Saturday sales either. So they're just kind of waiting things out until things get a little bit safer. They have requested, and actually we as a library have also requested that people not give us donations right now because we can't really do anything with them. So,
right.
But they're trying to plug through. Our friends are great. I mean, they give us like $20,000 a year, which is a lot for a library of our size. So we really appreciate what they do, but we want everybody to be safe. So
right. It's so hard when we have no choice to have to put things on hold right now.
Right.
And then you guys had recently received a great contribution and grant from Facebook for, was it a new mobile unit?
Yeah, so the Facebook grant was for technology education. So we did some of our own work when we wrote a new strategic plan, and also just some other work that we've seen done in the community has really indicated Crook County has a pretty vast digital divide. There are just a lot of people who aren't comfortable using computers, didn't grow up using computers, and now we're basically in a world where you have to be able to use computers to do a whole bunch of things, whether that be, connect with government benefits or communicate with your children or all kinds of things. So technology education was really defined as something that we really wanted to work on. And Facebook gave us $100,000 to help with that project. So it was a big, big investment. And that was to purchase a few different things. One was a new outreach van. So we already did a lot of outreach in the county. Our children's librarian in particular would go around the county to the different schools and, excuse me, and preschools and deliver story times and deliver free books. So she'd go out to Paulina, she'd go to Brothers, go all over the place. So outreach will be used for that, but it will also be used to go around the county to be able to teach classes.
Oh, awesome.
And work with different partner organizations. So we're actually working on that. We're working on planning that right now. We were hoping to launch some classes in the spring, but obviously that's not going to happen. So we're hoping to work with some partner organizations to identify particular needs because the digital divide issues is not just for older people. We have younger people who come into the library all the time who just because of their life experiences or because of the job that they had, they didn't really need to learn how to use, Microsoft Word or Excel, and now they're trying to look for a different job and they need those skills. So actually last week I picked up our shiny new outreach van that we currently can't really do anything with. So that is actually in the library parking lot right now. But the grant's also going to be used to buy some new equipment that we can use to teach with. So tablets, laptops, things like that. And there's also a portion of it that we're probably not going to start using until the fall, and that is for robotics equipment. So we're going to be working with 4-H in the schools to identify good equipment so that we can kind of we can collaborate on our programs there to expand kids' access to robotics. I'd also really like to see us expand that program a bit more. Maybe we can find ways to to have programs for adults in robotics as well. So that's just a lot of stuff. We are working on that still, but we just can't implement any of it.
Yeah, you guys work on so much. And I think there's people in the community that don't realize the library provides so many resources beyond just the traditional checking out of a physical book. The fact that you do all this education, you have, you guys also have subscriptions to a lot of things. So people are looking for, you name it. It seems like you guys have a lot that people can actually go in and utilize your guys' computers and subscriptions to get information. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that was some of the online resources I was talking about before. So yeah, we have quite a few that are, we have some that are kind of general that are actually subscribed to for everyone in the state. So we have ones that just have articles from different magazines or newspapers or even a few academic journals as well. But that also includes some really specific resources. So we have a subscription to a great database from National Geographic Kids that has a lot of information oriented to children. Anybody who went to high school may recently, in the last 20 or 30 years, may remember a series of books called Opposing Viewpoints that talks about different controversial topics. We actually have a database about that too. We have some databases that are really specific to certain business areas. We have some small business information, but we also subscribe to a few that are even more specific. So we have some genealogy resources. We have Heritage Quest and Ancestry. Those get used quite a bit. Ancestry, unfortunately, we are only allowed to have that be used within the buildings. That one's not very useful right now. But Heritage Quest and actually pretty much most of our other electronic resources can be accessed from home. The other two that we get a lot of interest in are, we have an auto repair database. You can look up your vehicle and find wiring diagrams and repair information. We also have a similar resource for small engines. Sometimes the definition of what constitutes a small engine is kind of curious. So I wouldn't really consider a tractor a small engine, but that is, tractors are in that database, but also things like lawnmowers, and snowmobiles, and boats, and ATVs, and things like that. The other thing that is relatively new to us, about maybe a year or so ago, we absorbed the county law library. Most people probably were not aware that we had a county law library. It was kind of in a dank little room under the stairs in the courthouse, and it was mainly used as a meeting room. But we took on that collection, and in addition to having a lot of print materials, we also have a lot of electronic resources for that. Some of them are subscribed to by us, and some of them are subscribed to by the state, but we can get access to different pieces of legal information, some forms, some stuff about, writing wills, or what if you're a landlord or a tenant and you're having issues, what about child custody, things like that. And we have some resources on our website about that as well.
Absolutely wonderful resources. So are people, I know at the beginning of this whole pandemic, you guys were still checking out or accepting in physical books and things off kind of like a side door. Has that continued, or are you done with that at this time?
Yeah, so we are doing curbside hold pickup. If anybody has done takeout at one of the restaurants recently, it's a very similar model to that. We're still taking returns of materials. People can return materials, and if they know where to return materials when we're closed, that's basically what we're doing, curbside hold checkout. It's on 2nd Street, and what people can do is they can call or email us with things that they're interested in putting on hold. We will pull them for them, and then they can pick them up from that door on 2nd Street. Unfortunately, we are part of a connected system with the other 2 counties in Central Oregon, but unfortunately, the courier is not currently running between the libraries, so we're only able to offer the service for things that we currently have on our shelf. But we have a lot of things on our shelf. And also, our staff are really great at giving recommendations for things, whether that be for books or for movies or for audiobooks. So when people, maybe they can't get the specific item that they want, some of them are giving us a call, and our staff are making some great recommendations for things that people can do. So just need a library card, and again, they can call us or email us.
That's wonderful. Well, it has been a pleasure having you in Crook County, and your whole staff is absolutely amazing. You've done great things at the library. And when we get back to being able to socially not distance, or we can all be in the same room together, I'm guessing you guys will have some great programs that'll, be able to bring people back into the library. But during this time, I hope people just understand and learn all the virtual resources that you guys can offer, or that do offer, that people can take advantage of from their homes. But don't hesitate to go back into the library when you can.
Yeah, no, we definitely, when we are open, we are really welcoming people to come back when they can. One of the big things actually that has been hard, I think, for the community is one of the kind of services that we provide. It wasn't really an official service, was we have a number of individuals experiencing homelessness that use the library because we're a safe space and we're welcoming. And they use the resources like the computers that we have and the materials. And so there's not really anywhere for them to go in the day. So that's one of the things that's been hard about being closed. However, we do have a number of people that are still using our Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is on 24/7. So we actually do have people parking in our parking lot to use the Wi-Fi as well.
That's good to know.
Kind of on the topic of getting people back, some very convenient timing, actually. We this year decided to experiment with using a program called Beanstack for our summer reading program, to basically allow people to participate in the summer reading program online or through an app on their phone or tablet. It's good timing because there's a decent chance that a lot of our summer reading program is going to be online this year. So that's something to look forward to. We actually had a lot of requests from people to be able to track their reading through an app, and so we're really excited about that. We're experimenting with it right now, actually.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, summer is just around the corner, so I know with all the kids being homeschooled right now, all of us parents are coming up with new ways to keep them entertained and their brains engaged.
Yeah, we actually, on that topic, we have a couple of new electronic resources that are actually being provided for free by the publishers or by the producers of the electronic resources. If people go to our website at crooklib.org, they can find those. But one of them is called Tumble Book Library. It's kind of, if you've ever seen Reading Rainbow, it's kind of like Reading Rainbow, where this is very mildly animated children's book, and then it like follows along on the screen as it reads. Really great, especially for younger kids, but it's also some books for older kids too. But if you check our website, there's a link to free resources for children, and there are a few different free things on there. Some of them which we will probably continue subscribing to after this pandemic ends.
Well, you guys have done a wonderful job being responsive to this. Remind folks, how can they reach you guys again? What's your website and your phone number?
Yeah, so our website is crooklib.org. Our phone number is 541-447-7978. And people can also email us at library@crooklib.org.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us for What's Brewing Online. We hope you stay home and stay safe. We can't wait to see you in person again.
Yes.
We'll have a big library party. So thanks for everything and keep up the good work, and we appreciate it.
Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate being invited on.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.